Okay, so in this video, I'm going to show you how I went from being so scared of even looking people in the eye to making friends wherever I travel and dancing with random strangers every single week. For those of you who are new to the channel, my name is Win. I used to be an introvert with severe social anxiety, and now I help other introverts overcome it. Okay, so the first thing that you need to be aware of when it comes to overcoming social anxiety is that there is no way around it other than doing exposure therapy. You have to keep constantly exposing yourself to situations that scare you, that make you uncomfortable. If you are afraid of phone calls, you need to make phone calls. If you are scared of looking people in the eye, then you need to look people in the eye more. And if you are scared of starting small talk, you guessed it, you need to do more small talk, okay? There's just no other way around it. Exposure therapy is the key to overcoming social anxiety. In fact, if I can summarize this entire channel, my entire journey of overcoming social anxiety in one sentence, it is: do exposure therapy. Keep exposing yourself to things that scare you, okay? If you are afraid of going onto public transport because you're scared of people judging you, thinking what you look like, people looking at your appearance, people judging your appearance, people judging your hair, people judging the way you look, your race, your ethnicity, you need to go out more. And when the more you go out, the more you realize that, number one, 99.999% of the time, it's mostly in your head. As introverts, we are so far up in our heads, okay? We need to start moving from here to out here. That's what we need to start doing. We are very analytical, at least most introverts are, and we become chronic overthinkers, and we just think without actually doing anything useful. In fact, if you just stop watching this video and go talk to someone on the street, right, you're gonna gain much more value than staying at home and doing nothing. Okay? So exposure therapy, keep doing things that scare you. Another key important thing that helped me in overcoming social anxiety is to consume large amounts of hopium. I gaslit myself into believing, or I gaslit myself into thinking that I don't have social anxiety, I don't have severe social anxiety, and that it's not ruining my life. Now, I don't believe in, I used to be quite skeptical of things like laws of attraction, manifestation, but the more I practice gaslighting myself, right, into believing that I actually don't have social anxiety, the more I start to act like it. There's a saying that says, repeat yourself a lie enough times and you'll start to believe it, okay? And for us, it's not a lie. You are going to not have social anxiety in the future. You are not going to be you're not going to be socially awkward anymore, right? And I don't like the phrase fake it till you make it, but rather practice it until you make it. You practice confidence, you practice looking people in the eye, you practice initiating small talk and conversations, and you practice everything, okay? You're not faking anything. It feels unnatural, it feels like you're an imposter, it feels cringy. 99% of the time, it's going to feel cringy. But you have to keep pushing yourself because there is no other way. The more you do it, the more you exercise that muscle, the quicker you're going to overcome social anxiety. One thing that I find about social anxiety or being an introvert is that the more we stay at home, the likely we are to stay in that continuous rut, that continuous cycle. So let's say you're socially awkward, you think people hate you, you're afraid of talking to people, and then your brain will start making excuses. It's going to keep giving you reasons why you should stay at your home no matter what, why you should keep doing whatever you're doing. Scroll on TikTok, doom scroll yourself to death, doom scroll yourself to sleep, instead of going out and doing anything in order to overcome it, in order to not be socially anxious anymore. Okay? Our brains are very good at keeping us alive. It's a great survival mechanism. right? It's the most important thing in the human body, but in a lot of ways, it is the only thing that holds us back. Your brain's going to keep making excuses. It's going to keep telling you, no, you can't go out, or don't do anything that's going to improve your life because it's going to feel painful. It's going to feel cringy. Might as well give up. Might as well continue to stay as we are, right? Look at that cat video. Scroll a bit more and then go to sleep because it keeps us comfortable. That's what it's telling you. And you, right? You to the brain, shut the hell up. I'm going outside. I'm going to look 3 people in the eye today for 3 seconds. I'm going to say hello to each and every one of them. And there's nothing you can do to stop me. And actually go out and do it, right? If you're watching this in the morning, I want you to turn this video off, right? Switch it off, go outside and actually do it. It will bring you a lot more benefit than watching the video to the end. But still, keep watching for the final tip. This is something I'm still struggling, and it is hard for a lot of introverts and a lot of people with social anxiety, is that after each and every social interaction that we think that did not go the way we expect to, or after each and every interaction where someone else has a reaction that's not favorable, right? Let's say you make a joke and everyone around you goes, that sort of thing. This thing in your head will start beating you up for it. It's going to keep reminding you, oh, you loser, remember the time when you make that stupid joke and everyone hated you? Here's what you can do to get out of that vicious cycle. The first thing you need to do is to say to yourself, it happened. There's nothing you can do. There's nothing more you can do. It just happened. You can't turn back time. You can't rewind time. You can't do anything to go back to where you were before and fix it. It happened. And then the next thing you do is to learn from it. If you said something so out of ordinary that it just upsets people, then it's simple. You just don't say it anymore next time. But most of the time, you just need to exercise that cringe-tolerant muscle. That's what I like to call, is that cringe is good. Embrace the cringe. Don't kill the cringe. Kill the part of you that makes you cringe, because it is through cringing that you become less sensitive to things that feel hurtful right here when you're an introvert, when you're a socially anxious introvert, okay? So learn what you can from the interaction. And if you can't learn anything, if it's a one-off thing, that's fine. Say to yourself, all right, didn't learn anything, just happened. And then the final thing, give yourself permission to forget it. Okay? When you start on this journey, you've already suffered. Okay? When you're on this journey, you will have to inevitably put yourself in a lot of situations over and over again that makes you cringe, that makes you feel pain, right? Pain right here in your gut. And a lot of the times, you will feel very cringy and you will feel like, what the hell am I even doing here? That's okay. Just forget it. You've already suffered in the moment, right? What good are you going to gain by keep beating yourself from it, man? You can't. You know? Seneca once said, we suffer more in imagination than in reality. And 99% of the time, that's the case. Whether you made a mistake, whether you think you made a mistake, or whether you actually made a mistake, if you feel bad at the time, you're not going to get anything more by keep reminding yourself of a mistake, okay? So say to yourself, it happened, learn from it if you can, or if you can't, that's fine too, and then forget it. And if you keep deliberately putting yourself in situations that make you feel uncomfortable, and you keep going no matter what, because you've gaslit yourself into believing, into thinking that you don't have social anxiety, you eventually will not have social anxiety anymore. So much so that people will start to think you're an extrovert, right? That's the superpower. I want you to know what it feels like to not have social anxiety anymore. I want you to know what it feels like to not be put into a cage by that thing that we create ourselves in our heads anymore. And I want you to feel that it is one of the best feelings in the entire world.